Hi, my name is Carlina with Congruence Yoga, and this is a Congruence Yoga Lazy Vinyasa. You might want a block for this particular flow, but otherwise you should be good to go. Go ahead and get started in child's pose. Split your knees to about as wide apart as your rib cage so that you can nestle your rib cage in between your thighs. With your hips back to your heels, settle in so that you feel your femurs connect to the back of your hip sockets. Start to breathe deeply. Fill the base of your lungs, the middle of your lungs, the top of your lungs with air and hold in at the top. Breathe out through your nose, nice and slow. Expand your lungs side to side. Feel a stretch in between each of your ribs. Hold it in. Slowly breathe out, nice and controlled through your nose. In this way, start to fill and expand through the center of your being and the center of your body. And slowly breathe out in the same way. Try to touch center of yourself. Inhale slowly. Exhale, maybe even a little slower than your last breath. Try to match your inhales to your exhales. Same amount of time, breathe in. And the same amount of time, breathe out. Feel the top of your ankles, your shins press down into the ground. Breathe in, draw energy from the ground into your body. And breathe out, spike up onto your fingertips. Crawl your arms out as long as you can out in front of you. Feel the stretch from your fingertips all the way back through the base of your booty. Breathe in. Hold it in, and breathe out, draw in, cinch in your low belly. Hold in Uddiyana Bandha. Hold it in, just hold it. Inhale. Breathe out. Hug your inner thighs into your rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, crawl your fingertips to the right of your mat. Maybe even cross your left hand over your right hand until you feel a stretch in the left of your body. Inhale into your left side body stretch. Stay where you are, breathe out. Soften along your right rib cage. Push your right ribs into your left ribs, your right hip into your left hip. Deepen the stretch on your left side. Inhale. And breathe out. It's like you're making a shallow C curve with the curve being to your left. Breathe into that apex on your left side. And breathe out. You can even sit your hips a little more to the left. Inhale. Exhale, crawl your hands back through center, then over to the left of your mat. This time, to intensify slightly, cross your right hand over your left hand. Sit your hips to the right. Lean into your right ribs with your left ribs. Breathe into your right side body. And breathe out. Invite a little more hollowness over on the left side of your obliques. Your left side body. Breathe in to your right side. And breathe out. Steady your breath. Try to match the curve of your neck to the curve of your side body. Inhale. Exhale. Try to invite integration of your right arm into your right side body. Breathe in. Hold it in. Breathe out. Return through center. Open your knees even wider apart until you feel a stretch in your groin. Take a wide version in your child's pose. Wide leg version in your child's pose. And feel the stretch in the back of your hips, where your back body and your hips meet your buttocks. Inhale there. And breathe out. Feel support through your groin while your knees stretch away from one another. Breathe in. And exhale. Exhale, hold it. And squeeze your pelvic floor up and in just a little. Mula Bandha action. Invite that same sense of integration in a little deeper from your inner thighs into your pelvic floor. Breathe in, engage the muscles on your back body. Breathe out, let the muscles of your inner thighs relax, but stay integrated. Keep your breathing fluid and balanced. Find the perfect balance in stretch and integration. And fill up one more deep, slow inhale all along your spine. Hold it in. And exhale. Use your arms to crawl yourself forward, straighten your legs out behind you. Prop yourself up on your forearms, Sphinx pose. Make your forearms like the brackets of a capital H. Spread your fingers wide and press down through the triad of your hand, the base of your index finger, middle finger, and the base of your thumb. Feel integrated into the floor. Let that support from the ground up into your body help you lift your chest up. Lift your chest up. Breathe in. Broaden across your collarbones. Exhale. Pull your low belly up away from the floor. Feel a stretch along the front of you. Inhale. Breathe out. Pull your shoulder blades together around your spine on your back. Find a comfortable place for your head and neck to reside. Think about creating a line from the roof of your mouth down the center of your throat. Follow that line into your navel. Breathe into that line. Breathe out 360 degrees from that line like a cylinder. Keep your gaze nice and steady at the tip of your nose. Find the perfect balance between the length of your front body and the breadth across the front of your chest, your collarbones. Make space to lift your sternum up. Inhale. Exhale, firm up your abdomen. Tuck your toes underneath you, forearm plank. Breathe in, lift your hips up in line with your shoulders. From spinal extension in your Sphinx pose, now you're in spinal flexion, a nice shallow, hollow body position. Dome your upper back. Hollow out your low belly, Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe in, traction your toes and your elbows toward one another without them actually going anywhere. Just act like you're going to pull them toward each other underneath you. Think of a shallow cat spine here, nice and long through your upper body. Round your upper back, press it up toward the ceiling. Breathe into the dome of your upper back. Breathe out, Uddiyana Bandha. Pull your low belly in and up. And keep your hips from lifting higher than your shoulders. Keep your breath steady and even. And see if you can find the perfect line from the crown of your head through the tubular center of your body. Tubular. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your toes in, into your elbows, dolphin. And just hold it and breathe. Hold it and breathe steadily in, out. See if you can match your breath to my cadence. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your toes back, forearm plank. Breathe in. Walk your toes in, dolphin pose. Breathe out. Walk it back, forearm plank. Inhale. Walk it in, dolphin pose. Breathe out. Forearm plank. Inhale. Dolphin pose. Press into down dog. Exhale. You can do that one arm at a time or both. That coordinated movement pays dividends if you can get it. Dump your heels to the right. Feel a stretch in your right side body. Have both of your heels over to the right and see if you can find a deep arc into your left outer hip, ribs, and where your arm and back body meet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your hips to center. Inhale. Drop your hips to the left. Stretch your right side body. Hollow out. Use Uddiyana Bandha to support you. Let your breath be steady. Find the integration of your arm and leg into your core. Fill up the side body stretch on your right side. Breathe out, stabilize your pelvic floor. Inhale to center. Exhale, settle into your downward facing dog. Press harder through your left foot, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Point your toes. Breathe in. On your exhale, start to tip your right toes to face the right, your right kneecap to face the right. Stack your hips, but keep your right leg straight. Through Uddiyana Bandha, cinch up, breathe out. And put your right foot back down to the ground. Breathe in. Settle in. Exhale. Lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Breathe out, squeeze your butt in more. Squeeze your quad into your femur bone. Tip it open on the left side. Seek as great of a stretch as you can from the base of your left ribs through the front of your left leg into your left big toe. Inhale. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Put both of your feet onto the ground. Settle in. Let your mind come to rest within your body. Seek to integrate beyond just your muscles, your skin, your bones. See if you can integrate your physical body with your inner body, your inner awareness. Use your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Crouch to your toes. Look forward. Step to the top of your mat. Forward fold, heel toe your feet wide apart, about as wide as your shoulders. Bend your knees, ragdoll. Bend deep enough that your belly and your chest rest on your thighs. Grab for opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Sway side to side, forward and back on your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Balance yourself out, side to side. Inhale. Exhale, rest at center. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Let the weight of your arms, without pulling, traction a little length into the back of your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest more. Let the back of your neck round. Inhale. Repeat that. Exhale, curl in a little more. Breathe in. Exhale, wrap your arms around your calf muscles and grab for wrist, grab for your forearms, grab for opposite elbows, and hug yourself in. Let your head curl in between your legs. Exhale deeper, tuck your chin in more. Breathe into the natural lengthening of your upper back, head, and neck. Breathe out, release the pose. Bend your knees if you've unbent them. Crawl your hands a little bit in front of you. Breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot behind your right foot. Ardha OMG, which is just a outer hip and side body stretch. It's half OMG, like a curtsy. Let the bending in your knees allow access to your left outer hip. You can have your hands straight out in front of you for balance, or even crawl them a little over to the right to deepen the side body action on your left side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Crawl to center. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot behind your left foot. And half curtsy with the emphasis on your right side. Inhale, length. Exhale, keep a bend in your knees. Push your left hip into your right hip. Breathe in. Release to center. Exhale. Roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Heel toe your feet together to touch. Reach your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Breathe in. Exhale, pull your hands into heart center. Ground down into your left foot. Tree pose. Put your right foot somewhere to your left calf muscle or inner thigh. I recommend keeping this version of tree pose versus going into half lotus for this particular flow. Spread the toes on your right foot wide. Try to feel the different muscles in your left inner thigh with the bottom of your right foot and toes. Use your right foot pressure to invite your left inner thigh to activate. Feel those muscles squeeze into bone and up into your pelvic floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press your left thigh into your right foot. Feel the spiral action of your right inner thigh wrapping up to the ceiling, then down and back toward your buttocks. And I just feel ridiculous when I say buttocks, so heretofore we shall call it your booty. Express your arms upward. You can take a straight up position with your palms pressed together. I prefer to take a cactus arm variation. If you're taking cactus, rotate your pinkies in toward one another. Pull your elbows together behind you. Lift up through your sternum. Shift your gaze up. Breathe in. Settle in. Breathe out. Root to rise. Keep the pressure down through your left foot. Inhale, soften slightly through your left knee. Float your right foot out in front of you. Figure 4 your right ankle over your left thigh muscle. Breathe in. Hinge from your hips. Breathe out. Figure 4. Sit your butt back and drop your belly onto your thighs. Use the pressure of your abdomen on your right inner thigh to sit deeper into hip flexion, belly to thighness. Use that pressure. Feel your right side booty work for you. Use your butt on the right side to pull your right hip bone deep into its socket. Feel it supported there. Integrated. With your hands at your heart, you can use your core to support your balance in this pose, or if you need to, use a block out in front of you. you may be able to get a little bit deeper. You're welcome to stay like this or fold all the way forward. As long as you can keep your right side booty activated, it's safe for the rotation of your hip in its socket. If you're folding all the way forward, tuck your chin, shift your gaze in. That's Jalandhara Bandha. Hollow out your low belly on your exhale, Uddiyana Bandha. Come on up to a halfway point. Float your hands to your heart. Breathe in. OMG, step your right foot behind your left foot. Bow down. Curtsy. Half lift. Step your feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward over your legs. Slowly rise to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain pose, pull your hands into your heart. Shift your weight into your right foot. Set up for your tree pose. And see if you can use your body to go deeper to your inner body as you balance. Come back to that idea of integration. Integrate the bottom of your left foot into your right inner thigh. Integrate your right inner thigh into your right side thigh bone. Feel supported. Press down through your right foot. Draw energy from the ground into your body. Integrate beyond your body and into an expanded consciousness. Breathe in. Breathe out. Suck in through Uddiyana Bandha more. Breathe in, lift up through your sternum. Breathe out. Maintain Jalandhara Bandha. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Lift your arms to match sensation side to side. Find your fullest expression. Root to rise. Keep that equal and opposite pressure down through your foot and up through your head and your arms. Breathe in, bend your right knee slightly, figure four your left leg up and over your right thigh. Gather up your left femur into its socket. Use your booty strength. You can use your hands at your heart. Steady yourself through the strength of your own self. There's absolutely no shame in having a block handy. Use the block to guide yourself a little bit deeper. Deep for you might be halfway, or you might be able to fold all of the way forward. Use your breath to find your intelligent edge, the place where you can still breathe, still be integrated, but also find a stretch. Breathe in, lift about halfway up or float your hands to your heart. OMG, step your left foot behind your right foot, bow down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Wrap your arms behind your legs with your legs together this time. Hug yourself in nice and tight. Engage Mula Bandha. Press down through your feet. Feel your booty and pelvic floor activate. Breathe out Uddiyana Bandha. Invite that activation in through your abdomen. Hollow out your low belly past your hip bones. Breathe in to the length of your back body. Breathe out. Maintain Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Tuck your chin into your chest more. Jalandhara Bandha. Breathe out. Hold your bandhas, Maha Bandha. Breathe in. Rock more weight into the ball of your foot. Feel an intensified stretch, even if it's just a slight shift. Exhale. Half lift. Release your hug. Crawl your hands out in front of you. Lift up onto your toes. Heel toe your feet wide, Malasana, yogi squat. Make your Malasana active rather than having your butt dropped all of the way down to your heels and letting your pelvic floor just bleed out energy. Lift up. Lift up, push your inner thighs out, and breathe into a nice long spine. Breathe out, throw your shoulders back. Open up the front of your body some. Stay lifted in this pose, like there's a sling underneath your booty holding you up, but really it's just your booty holding you up. That's that Mula Bandha action. You'll get more of it if your heels are parallel to one another. So if your heels are dropping in toward each other, see if you can scrub them apart a little bit. Use more of your inner thighs to lift you up and out of the pose. This is a pose where there's a balance between deep hip flexion, where your ribs and your thighs are touching each other, but it's also a pose where you can create a lot of strength at range of motion, at end range of motion. So yeah, you want to be deep, but you also want to be strong in this pose. Take one more breath in. You got this. Breathe out, put your hands onto the ground. Step your left foot far to the back of your mat. Keep your right leg wide. Utthita, Pristhasana, lizard. Keep your back leg lifted for a few breaths. So it's almost like the left side of your body and your arms are in plank, lunge, hybrid. Rather than letting your right leg fall away from your body, keep it hugged in. Keep your hips neutral as if there was a broomstick running through both of your hips side to side. And breathe in. Lift your left hip up higher. Keep it in line with your right hip. Breathe out. The more you pull in Uddiyana Bandha, the easier this will be to maintain. Find a comfortable gaze. Keep your head and neck long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take it down to your forearms. See if you can stay lifted in your back leg for another couple of breaths. Find the stretch all along the front of your left leg, the front of your left abdomen. Use your right side booty to cultivate integration. And keep your right outer hip hugged into your bones. Use the strength of your back muscles along the top of your butt and the base of your back to lift your left hip up higher. It's going to want to drop. See if you can lift it up. Lift yourself up spiritually in the process. This is hard work, y'all. It's worth it. Breathe in. Okay, exhale. Drop your left knee down to the ground. Feel that out for a breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Fill up. Spin your right toes and knee to point more to the right. Now go ahead and let your right knee fall away from your body. If it feels good to move in this direction, prop back up on your left hand only. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand and grab somewhere on your left foot. You might feel this stretch in your quadricep muscle. If you grab with your palm facing the right and your thumb up, you might also feel this in your right shoulder. If it were me, I would attempt to target both of those areas at once. The more you let your right knee fall away from your body, the more you can lean your upper chest, upper back, and head back and get into your shoulder more. Many of you may be open enough through the front of your left leg already to drop back down onto your left forearm. But if this causes any discomfort in your left knee, don't do that. Spend another breath or two. Racked like this, body part to body part, a full circuit of energy. Breathe in to everywhere that you feel sensation. Go there instead of running away. Fill up. And breathe out. Fill up again and hold it. All right, release to center. Plant both of your hands to the ground. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift your left knee off of the ground. Look forward. Breathe in. Step your left foot back up to a squat. Breathe out. Reach your right arm down to the inside of your right leg. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale. And stay in your twist. Breathe out. Half bind your left arm into your right hip crease. Roll your left shoulder back more. Breathe in. Breathe out to center. Plant your hands to the ground. Step your right foot back. High lizard. Repeat the process on this side and try to use your inner awareness to determine the differences side to side. Keep your back toes tucked. Keep your back knee lifted. Breathe into the buoyancy to lift your right hip in line with your left hip. Breathe out. Breathe out, engage Mula Bandha. That's a slight engagement of your pelvic floor. Squeeze your booty and see what happens. And keep it lifted. See if you can feel where your shoulders and your hips are on the same plane as one another. Inhale. Exhale. Go into your center rather than running away. You've got this. Maybe drop on down to your forearms for a few breaths if you have the range of motion. If you don't, the limiting factor is going to be somewhere in your hips. It might be the front of your right hip, or it might be how deep of flexion you have on the left side. Let's say it's your left hip. The more you hug your left knee into your body and keep it hugged in, the more you will cultivate the strength and the flexibility to take this pose into a deeper expression. So keep it hugged in rather than letting it open just yet. And drop your back knee down to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's a relief. You can experience that. It's okay. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Let your left toes and knee turn out to the left. Let your left knee fall away from your body now. Good. Prop up onto your right hand only. Reach back with your left hand. Bend your right knee. Grab your right foot with your left hand. Find the balance between a quadricep stretch on your right leg and a shoulder stretch through your left arm. This is very customizable, so you can take this into either of those directions and get a lot out of it. You choose one that feels good to you. Hold in. Keep your breath in at the top. And breathe out. Plant both of your hands on the ground. Gaze forward. Inhale. Step your right foot up. Malasana, yogi squat. Breathe out. And drop your left arm down to the left. Reach up to the right with your right arm. Inhale. Twist. Breathe out. Wrap your right hand into your left hip crease. Breathe in. Relax your right shoulder back and down your spine. Breathe out. Return to center. Inhale. Empty out, step back, plank pose. Breathe in, plank. Lift your upper back up, spinal flexion. This is a hollow body plank. You're going to build strength in your transverse abdominis this way. Breathe in, lift your chest up higher. Breathe out, keep it right there. Hug your low belly in and up higher. And scoop your tailbone down toward your heels just a little bit. Inhale. Lengthen from the crown of your head back to your heels. Breathe out. And drop your heels to the right. Stack your left side over your right side. Vashisthasana side plank. Spread your toes wide. Kick the outside of your right foot into the ground. Squeeze your big toes and the inseams of your feet together. Push your hips forward. Reach your left arm over your ear towards the front of your mat. Turn your palm down. Inhale. Exhale, press down into your left palm as if there was something to press into. Lift your right hip higher. Breathe in. Exhale, keep your abs firm. Press down into your right hand, float your left foot up. Inhale, step your left foot behind your right foot, rock star. Lift your hips up high to the ceiling, spike up onto your left toes. This is a version of Kamakurasana. It's kind of like your flip dog, but your left heel is propped up. And stretch the bottom of your right foot down to the ground. Lift your hips higher. Lean as far back as feels good in your body. Let the weight shift in your right hand more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Plank pose. Flip it back over. Plank pose. Inhale. Forearm plank. Drop down. Dolphin pose, walk your heels in toward your elbows. Stay, breathe out. Plank pose, drop down to your forearms. Breathe in, lift your chest up. Breathe out from your low belly, walk your toes in toward your elbows. Dolphin. Inhale. Exhale, forearm plank, walk back. Breathe in. Exhale, walk your toes in, dolphin. Inhale. Exhale, walk back, forearm plank. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, tip your heels to the left, stack your right side body up, side plank. This is your regular side plank, so you're on the blade edge of your left foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift your left shoulder into your spine. Breathe in, cut your right arm forward to the front of your mat, turn your palm down, press down. Inhale, lift your left hip higher. Breathe out, keep your low belly active. Inhale, float your right leg up. Rock star, step your right foot behind your left foot. Lift up onto the tip of your right toes. And breathe out, stretch the bottom of your left foot down more. Inhale, thrust your hips up toward the ceiling. Breathe out, reach your right arm further back behind you. Spin onto the triad of your left hand more. Feel nice even pressure through your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose, spin it back over. Plank pose, breathe in. Breathe out, drop to your forearms. Inhale, lift your chest up, forearm plank. Exhale, walk your toes in toward your elbows. Now you can stay here in your dolphin pose. Or if you have a pincha practice, you're welcome to take it into your forearm balance. Forearm balance, keep your gaze in front of you. And try to look maybe at where your fingertips are, that line there. Dolphin pose, you can put your gaze either back toward your toes, straight down, or out in front of you. Find a position for your head and neck that allows you to integrate your shoulders into your core in this posture. Keep your breath steady. Use your abdomen to control the rate of your breathing. Take one more inhale in. Slowly make your way into child's pose. And drop your arms down by your sides. Rest your palms up toward the ceiling. Let your head and neck just curve with the rest of your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Be slow. Breathe out. And crawl your arms out in front of you. Drag yourself forward onto your belly. And prop yourself up onto your right elbow. Lift your chest high away from the ground. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand. Half frog, pull your left heel into your hip, into your booty. It could be either of those two. For some of you, just closing the gap between your heel and your butt might be the struggle of the moment. And for others of you, if you have the flexibility, let your left thigh bone internally rotate slightly and go ahead and take your heel to the outside of your left hip. And breathe in and keep your left front hip bone down to the ground, your belly down. Breathe out. And stay like this. You can even extend your right arm out in front of you to lift your chest up higher if you have enough flexibility in the front of your left leg. Stay for one more breath. Empty out. Stay lifted on the right side. Switch your grip on your left hand to the inside of your left ankle. Have a mitten grip. Make sure your left thumb and fingers are together. Make sure your left thumb is up toward the ceiling. Shrug your left shoulder onto your spine, then kick up, half bow. You can prop up onto your right hand as high up as you can, as much as it feels good in your body. And let the kicking of your left foot roll your left shoulder back more. Stay for one more breath in. Release the pose, breathe out. Set up for half frog on the right side. Prop yourself up onto your left elbow. Start on your elbow. Then reach back with your right hand. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Pull your heel in. And that might be your butt. That might be your outer hip to which your heel is directed. Use the intensity of the stretch on your right side to help you determine how far to go. Stay integrated. Breathe in and keep the pressure down evenly through your hips. And breathe out. If you're going to extend longer through your left arm, go ahead and do so. Keep your breath steady. Control the rate of your breathing with your abs, which are touching the ground, so you have a little bit of extra feedback here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, only release enough that you can move your grip to the inside of your right ankle. And take that mitten grip with all of your fingers and thumb together. Pull your right shoulder into your spine. Breathe in, kick up. And press yourself as high up on the left side as you need to feel a stretch. Steady yourself internally as well as externally. Take one more inhale. Slowly breathe out, release down to the ground. full bow. You can grab the outside of your ankles with your mitten hands, or you can grab the inside of your ankles like you just did with your mitten hands. The inside grip is definitely more intense in your shoulders. If you have limited range of motion in your shoulders, then just start with the outside grip. I'm going to take the inside grip here because I don't feel much otherwise. It really helps me to get that little bit of extra intensity. So get your grip and put your forehead down to the ground before kicking up. Put your forehead down. With your peripheral vision, move your shoulders away from the ground onto your spine. See that with your peripheral vision. Keep them there. Now kick up. Breathe in. Steady yourself on your exhale. Don't lose the height. Keep your abs on. Breathe in. Keep your abs from ballooning. Kick harder. Stay engaged on your exhale. Inhale nice and slow. Control the rate of your exhale to keep your height. Breathe in. Slowly let yourself all the way down to the ground. Just flop it out. Let your arms go however they will. Let your legs go. Maybe even windshield wiper your legs a little side to side. All right. Lay just flat on your belly now. Use your right hand to press yourself up enough that you can thread your left arm fully underneath you to the right, so that your armpit and bicep muscles are sandwiched with one another. And try to have your left arm as straight as possible. And lay your body back down fully onto your left arm. You can put your right arm anywhere that you need to, but ideally you can rest it down by your side with your palm face up and let your right shoulder relax back down to the ground. Extend your left leg out to the left so that your left arm and left leg are facing in opposite directions from one another. Ideally, you will work the inner thigh of your left leg down to the ground with your toes pointing straight forward, or even the bottom of your left foot cupping the ground. Breathe into this shape. If you need to modify, you can bend your left knee, but try to have your left leg scooted somewhere out to the left. Breathe in. And breathe out. See where you can let some tension go and just relax. Bring your awareness to the space where your armpit and chest meet. Breathe in there. And breathe out. Let your right shoulder relax back down a little more. Breathe in. Feel your femur in its socket. Become aware of the orientation of your hip bone. And breathe out. Pull in Mula Bandha slightly. See if you can rotate your femur to be a little more comfortable, a little more integrated. Inhale into the stretch in your inner thigh. Breathe out. Keep a light engagement in your glutes. Facilitate the stretch. One more inhale. Exhale. Release this side slowly. First your leg, then your arm, then just be neutral, flat on your belly. And breathe. Focus on your exhales. Let your inhales happen naturally. Breathe in and out through your nose. Quiet your mind. All right, now it's time for the other side. This time, press up a little with your left hand, thread your right arm underneath you. Ideally, you want your arm straight and a 180-degree parallel line with the front of your mat. Maybe even turn your thumb down, depending on how much openness you have in the back of your shoulder. Once your right arm's underneath you, try to relax your upper body down. Sneak your right leg out to the right now. Find your breath. Try to go deeper within yourself versus trying to tune out any sensation. Use your exhales to reintegrate into your center. Use your inhales to find stretch and fill up the shape that you're making. Breathe in. Empty out. Fill up all of the way. Hold it in. And slowly exhale. Extend your left arm forward to the front of your mat. Roll onto your right side, right into a reclined twist. Let your left leg stay crossed over your body. Let your right arm stay long. And start to stretch your left arm further away from you out to the left. Breathe in. Exhale. Soften across the diagonal line of your belly. If you need more sensation in your low back, keep your knees further away from you. And if you would like a little more isolation in your upper back, hug your left knee into your chest a little more. Breathe in. Use your exhales to relax you. Slowly fill to your brim. Exhale, empty out with control and composure. Inhale slowly. Exhale even slower. Stimulate your rest and digest response in your body, your parasympathetic nervous system. One more inhale. Roll onto your back. Hug your right knee into your chest. Breathe in. Take your reclined twist with your right knee over to the left of your body. It's more important to get your shoulder grounded down than your knee. You can always prop your knee up with a block. Feel a stretch from the base of your right shoulder all across the outside of your right hip. Connect your breath into your side body. Inhale. Feel the connection of your shoulder, side body, and hip. Breathe out. Pull everything into center more. Integrate. Slow your breath. Keep it steady. Focus on your exhales. Breathe in, out, inhale, release to center, breathe out. Shavasana. On your next inhale, draw your air in as far as you can to your center. Hold it in. Open your mouth, sigh out. Start wiggling your fingers and toes just a little. And as that movement resonates within you, bring a little bigger movement into your body. Make your way up to a seat. Pull your hands into your heart. Press your palms together. Into your center. Integrate. Beyond your physical body lays your inner body, your inner awareness. And the further you integrate beyond the physical and into this realm, the more you connect in with your true nature, the more you clarify your purpose. And with this clarity, your luminous self becomes evident in your work and to everyone around you. Seek this integration. Connect to your spirit yogis. Let's close with one round of Om together. Breathe in. Om. Namaste.